my gosh, here we are live. Thank you for joining us today. We're gonna be going live with our good friend Lewis Hong, everyone. It's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be too much fun. And we'll be talking about like what it's like to be coached and kind of dispel any of the myths or like the questions around it. And just the power from that experience can have. Oh my gosh, Tono Jara, welcome, my friend. Oh my gosh, hello, hello. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. And yeah, we'll be talking more about kind of like what life was like before coaching for Lewis, and like when he started to notice like the changes in his life and could see the not only like the external changes but also what was happening inside and energetically what happened. Oh my gosh, here he goes. We're bringing him in. We're bringing him in. Come on in, Lewis Hong.
That's talking about me?
Yeah, we were giving a little preview, just a little preview of what's to come. Lewis,
Good seeing you, Seth.
it
Thanks for
is
having me live.
so good to see you on the Instagram, on the live. This is so fun. I mean, Lewis, so I was talking about that we were going to talk about what kind of life was like before we started working together for you.
Well, it's been a year. It's honestly it's hard. It's a little hard to remember where I was, but I can assume what I feel these days is actually very similar to where I started. Like it's very quarantine lifestyle. Like I'm very the lone wolf type, where I grew up kind of isolated because of how my parents raised me. We always lived in the outskirts. We always, my mom and dad preferred to live alone and not connect with people other than for business. So I grew up around that. I remember when I joined the company that we worked at when I was interning. The energy, the culture, the way you interact with people, the first perception you have of other people, that was something that I've never seen before. Like a lot of like me, when I see someone new, I have fear response. Like my amygdala triggers. I'm like, oh, that's a new person. I don't know what's happening there. No, I don't want to even test it. But I remember it's still one of our most memorable moments that I think of when I think of you, as you're like, Lewis, come give me a hug. Come on in. Welcome to the family, you know? And that, as an intern joining a new tech company, like working for the first time, was I couldn't have asked for anyone better than you, Seth. And through that relationship at the company, I've learned more and more about how the way you look at people, the way you look at relationships, the way you look at love, and that has permanently changed me. It's changed me in a way that sometimes I don't even realize how massively different our perception of this ethereal energy between people. Because like we're talking about butterfly effect. Like I'm doing a lot of mathematics and computer science right now, and I'm doing a lot of artificial intelligence, and the decisions you can make every second, it exponentially grows. So whether you're speaking like spiritually or scientifically, the ways you interact with another people, you have infinite possibilities, and there's infinite results that can happen. And if you're meeting someone new and you're like, you know, I don't know, you're not like looking them in the eye, you're not giving off any sort of love out, or receiving anything back, it's different. But you showed me that there were different mentalities, different ways you can trust
Hmm.
uh, the
Almost
people
like
around
different
you.
beliefs.
It's like a different set of eyes to look at the world emotionally,
Yeah. Hmm.
and you showed me that.
And like when you look at kind of like the when you started to see the transformations like happening in your life, like
Mhm.
during that summer, what did you kind of start to feel in your body? Like how did you feel differently when you're like around people?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's yeah. For me, I just felt more alive and confident.
Mhm.
I mean, I felt more like I was able to just be myself without having, um, just yeah. It's just a lot more confidence. Like I felt like I walking in public spaces was not um, intimidating anymore because I could just be myself, and the world can perceive me how it does, and I give love to people that I love, and it feels natural instead of like
Mhm.
I don't know how to explain it that well. It's just like I feel more confident after
Yeah. And I
learning
mean,
about that relationship.
and it's like you would tell me, and I've seen, and I got to see this firsthand, uh, how you are when you were finishing up, like, and you were going through DigiPen still,
Hmm.
going through college, that you were like this beacon of light,
Hmm.
like walking through the campus, and like you were with your ukulele, you were so carefree. It
Hmm.
was just so obvious that you were then becoming just like such a safe and enjoyable and like loving place for others.
Definitely, definitely. I've learned to I've learned that from you. It's just like a very positive energy. I give people hugs. I tell them what you tell me, and it passing on the love. It's very um what's the word? I can't think of the word for it.
Like infectious, I would
It's
say.
very infectious. There we go. It's very
Yeah,
infectious.
yeah. Wow, I'm just so happy. I was just so happy to hear that. Like it's amazing. It's amazing. Every time I think about it, bam, it's like what? It's like what? Now,
Yeah, it's
Lewis,
a
what
form of
would you
life.
say to people that are hesitant about coaching, about that idea that one can transform their life through coaching?
Um, I'd say I would recommend you, Seth, because you are the objective proof that um, that this is you can make a huge, massive, positive trajectory, you know, change for someone like me. Um, yeah, and talk to people who have a different perspective on the world and gain that perspective. Reality is not as real as you would think. It's
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Set in
a lot of it
stone.
inside, a lot of it's inside your perception of what you feel when you talk to another person, and with a different set of eyes, you can traverse, society in a completely different manner. And Seth has traversed this landscape of society in a way that not a lot of people I've met have. So he has something very valuable to share with you. And he puts a lot of effort into his work. Even during quarantine, he's developed like the online coaching sessions that I've been watching. And
Oh yeah,
again,
the course.
the core,
Focused into self-love.
even after like quarantining and not being with you because of college for a while, um, like just revisiting your courses was such a what's the word? God damn it.
Well, there's like eye-opening, like refreshing.
It's very, yeah, it's
like affirming.
It's a light bulb moment again. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
right.
Aha moments.
Yeah, because especially during what's been happening this year and with the
Mhm.
quarantining, like it's not like I am currently still in that really good spot. So visiting that course was just like, oh right, you might be a little too hard on yourself right now.
Right.
Relationships matter, and it's yes, it was very helpful.
Awesome. Wow. I'm so glad to hear that because I know even myself that there's moments, because it's not like a destination, so to speak, like this relationship with self-love. Um,
Yeah, it's
that
definitely I feel
it
like
is a journey.
it's yeah, it's not at least for my experience, it's only been a year, but it's something that you have to build and maintain. It's not a permanent thing where you're just like, I'm now coached. It doesn't like it's after I finished my internship, going back to Digipen, had my semester, there were moments where I made mistakes and I like went not where I wanted to be. Like I've told you stories where there are
Yeah.
boundaries that I didn't know existed. There are decisions that I didn't know I needed to make.
Mhm.
Um, the world turned out to be still sometimes perplexing, and it gets me lost. But that's why I'm saying it's like it's a continuous process.
Absolutely. And it's like, and you are now more than ever like able to be supported and like
Mhm.
support yourself. It sounds like you are more in the mindset of like finding solutions, finding gentleness with yourself, like
Mhm.
continuing to make sure that you are in a good space so that you can put your own life in a good space and to help others like you so obviously have. Like the ways that you've been expressing yourself online
Mhm.
is incredible. Like the music you've been creating, that you've been sharing your thoughts on the world, sharing your thoughts on like when you're reading like books that are like that have been very important for your mindset as well. That there's obvious like there's obvious leadership that you're showing now in life. And so I celebrate you and thank you for sharing all of that. Um,
Thank you.
and this it's also helping others see more ways that they can find the light, more of the light in their lives. So well done yet again, my friend. Lewis, any final thoughts before we jump off?
Um, my favorite saying that I remember in your online courses, treat like give yourself advice as if you are giving yourself a friend advice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you don't want to be a really bad friend to yourself, right? You don't tell a friend
Totally.
stuff. Don't tell yourself what you wouldn't tell your friends.
I love that. Oh man, wonderful. Okay, Lewis. Well, till next time. I mean,
Thank you for having me,
love
Seth.
yourself out there. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Lewis. Bye. Hello, friends.